Daryl's just asked, I understand the strategy, but does Ripehouse look for potential quick property turnovers to make short-term funds? So it's a good question. Short answer is yes and no, right? Do we look for quick profits in, to make some short-term funds? The answer is yes, we do, but it's not at the extent of back-end profits, right? If we look here, we are wanting to generate a profit in that property in the first 12 months so we can recycle that profit into the next deal. That's great, but it can't be at the expense of longer term profits. We're buying in areas where we've got very good, at finding areas set for imminent and outstanding growth. We're the pioneers in Australia of a buying window, and getting that right, and other buyers agents or professional acquisitions, use us and employ us for that research. Okay, we've got very good at identifying those buying windows, those short, sharp increases in value, as evidenced by 24% in the last 12 months, but it's not at the expense of long-term growth. We're buying in areas that are set up for the long term. They've got excellent and outstanding public infrastructure spend, new projects on the horizon, very tight employment, and they have fundamental reasons that are drawing people to these areas now and into the future. They have housing shortages and no real opportunity for that to be solved in bulk in the short term. This is a long-term burn, all right? So there's no point in targeting short-term growth at the expense of longer-term growth. We're not saying over the longer term these are going to be overperformers for the next 10 or 20 years. It's about being overperforming in the short term, time value of money, getting that profit now so we can then reinvest it elsewhere. And then in the longer term, we regress to the mean, to the average. That's what we're trying to deliver, and that's what we've got very good at doing. So short-term profits, yes. We make money when we buy. If we buy well, we make money through a renovation, okay? We want to be the ones making money through that renovation, not the vendor. You don't have to do the renovation straight away if you can't afford it. Buy a tired, renovatable property that you can put a tenant in and come back next year and do the reno. But you own the profits in that property. That gives us a short-term return. Positive cash flow adds to our return, and then we have organic growth within the market. We've got very good at identifying short-term overperformance, but then that does regress to the average performance over the longer term.